Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for all my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And this is an opinion-based video channel where I try to open your eyes and ears up to some of the travails and tribulations that take place throughout our cities, our states, our country, and sometimes around the world. And this is a very sad and shocking story that has to do with a mother, an 8-year-old boy, a 10-year-old boy, and an 11-year-old boy, which has led to the 8-year-old boy being allegedly killed by a 10-year-old and 11-year-old. The other piece to this that brings some light to this particular case is that the alleged suspects in the manslaughter charges on this 8-year-old drowning victim, the two kids, the 10 and 11-year-old, are white boys, and the 8-year-old that drowned is a black boy. So we have racial dynamics. We have this situation taking place in Georgia in the South, and we have one of the alleged perpetrator's mother involved in this case, and there may be other suspects also. So let's get into this one. And we all know that black on black crime happens every day, but for a certain audience and appeal, when there are racial dynamics, black and white, sometimes that brings a heightened light to a situation, and unfortunately these characteristics play out in this case. So let's get into it. 2 white minors and a mother charged with drowning 8-year-old Georgia black boy. Family attorneys suspect racism is motive in Georgia boy Noah Bush's death after 11-year-old white boy accused of killing him is caught on video beating another black boy using the N-word. Previously, before this situation with Noah Bush's death, this 11-year-old kid supposedly had an altercation with another black kid and is caught on video of him and the white kid using the N-word. Deputies charged a woman with lying to police during the investigation of a young black boy in southeast Georgia after her son was accused of beating and killing the child. Authorities in Jessup, Georgia started investigating Noah Bush's death in May after he disappeared from his home. It took less than a day for investigators to locate the 8-year-old boy's body in a construction burrow pit filled with water. They initially ruled his death an accident or accidental, believing he wandered into the pit. Bush's family wasn't wholly convinced by their findings and hired a private investigator. They also called the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, GBI, to look into the 8-year-old boy's death. Weeks later, a medical examiner's autopsy report revealed that Bush died by homicide, leading to the arrest of 2 children, both 10 and 11. Authorities charged the 11-year-old child with involuntary manslaughter, battery, concealing the death of another, and criminal trespass. They alleged that he pushed Noah into the pit. The 11-year-old white kid pushed the 8-year-old black kid into the pit. The 10-year-old was charged with concealing the death of another and criminal trespass. Law enforcement also arrested the mother of the 11-year-old boy, Natalie Hardison, and charged her with giving false statements to police, which is a felony. The 35-year-old Hardison also faces a probation violation and another charge of mandatory education for children between the ages of 6 and 16, a statute that holds parents responsible for enrolling their children in public or private schools or homeschool programs. So this mother, Natalie Hardison, wasn't even sending her kids to school. Attorneys for Bush's family previously called for charges against the adults connected to the alleged juvenile offenders, stating that they lied and helped conceal and obstruct the investigation. Bush's family attorney, Mawali Davis told Atlanta Black Star that Hardison's arrest is another step toward justice for the family and for the community that has been organizing and demanding justice for 8-year-old Noah. What we know is that one of the children pushed Noah into the water, then went into the water behind Noah and held Noah's head underwater for some period of time. Then the kid got out of the water and Noah did not, Davis stated. And so we always believe that a child that comes home soaking wet is going to give some explanation to an adult, and that adult would have known that Noah Bush was in a watery grave. The fact that this juvenile's mother is charged with lying to the police during the course of the investigation only undermines or infers the family's suspicion of the mother's involvement. The Wayne County Sheriff's Office stated that more charges are possible. Davis believes another adult in the 11-year-old's home might have also played a role in the attempted cover-up. There's another adult who was in the household who participated in the search for Noah, Davis said. We're concerned that that effort was not at all genuine and that he may have known of Noah's demise also. There needs to be further investigation into his actions. In a release, Davis revealed that a lead detective testified about a video showing the 11-year-old boy who is accused of drowning Noah beating another black kid who was not Noah Bush, and repeatedly calling him the N-word during an incident before Noah Bush's death. So this 11-year-old kid supposedly had another altercation with another black kid and was using the R-word, racial slurs, and it was videotaped. I'm certain the detectives are investigating whether or not there are any racial animus that led to these juveniles being involved in Noah's death, Davis stated. The video is something that raises concerns when it's unclear why a 10-year-old and 11-year-old would be involved in the death of a child. With both kids being white and Noah being a black child, we have to examine this. We are duty bound to see if race played a role. Davis also expressed serious concerns about the property where Noah was killed, calling out some security concerns. People would go out there regularly. There were open entry points, very few criminal trespass signs, so we definitely are concerned that the county should have been far more concerned with maintaining a potentially dangerous place, Davis explained. Davis and his team are looking into civil actions against the county in the aftermath of Noah Bush's death. No injunctions have been filed at this time. And for the two juveniles, their bonds, bail is set for $10,000 for the 11-year-old boy and $5,000 for the 10-year-old boy, according to Wayne County Sheriff's Division, our office. Where are we going in this world today in America where we're having these interracial or racial disparities and dynamics where two young white male kids from Georgia allegedly had something to do with the drowning of an 8-year-old black kid, Noah Bush. This is 2024. This is not the Jim Crow era or segregation. Where are we trying to advance ourselves? And this is a horrendous situation, and the parenting of this 10-year-old and 11-year-old kids are not being guided in the right direction. And evidently with the 11-year-old and his mother, Ms. Hardison, they are going down a path of destruction and in the wrong direction. If the N-word and the family dynamics that Ms. Hardison is raising her children under, not being appropriately placed and enrolled in school, there are all kinds of negative things that can come out of this. And if those family dynamics are true in this 11-year-old and 10-year-old boys' families, this is not surprising. It is somewhat surprising that it led to an 8-year-old kid being killed and drowned and being killed. But these two young boys were headed in the wrong direction. Positive mentorship, having somebody to lead you and navigate your way, help you navigate your way through this life is very, very important. And evidently the family dynamics for this 11-year-old boy and 10-year-old boy accused in the drowning of 8-year-old Noah Bush tells you that these kids were headed completely in the wrong direction. And the adults that are involved in this 10-year-old and 11-year-old boy's family need to be held accountable. You're talking about not going to school. One video shows the 11-year-old getting into it with another black kid in a fight and using the N-word, and you have people videotaping it, helping to perpetuate this negativity with these children. This is a sad commentary, and this shows and bears its ugly head sometimes of what the old montage has been about the South and its racism, and this story is helping to perpetuate those myths that blacks and whites cannot get along. We should have transcended past that in today's time. It's 2024, where people should not be judged based on their race, their color, their creed, but should be judged based on their content and their character of who they are as people. You're in this scenario, both families, all three families are going to suffer. This 11-year-old, this 10-year-old boy, and of course Noah's death and his demise. Their family is going to be wrecked and will need all the therapy and help and love they can get for the rest of their lives after losing 8-year-old Noah in such a tragic form. The 10-year-old and 11-year-old's family, their dynamics must be very shaky, and they're going to need all the mental and physical therapy that they can possibly get, along with these criminal charges. This is a very unfortunate case that involves a 8-year-old, a 10-year-old, an 11-year-old, and then the 11-year-old's mother lying to police, getting involved in it in a negative way, not standing up for their actions, is such a sad story. So this is straight out of Georgia, where a family suspects racism is the motive of a Georgia boy, 8-year-old Noah Bush's death after an 11-year-old and a 10-year-old are accused to contributing to the drowning of Noah Bush. Tell me what you think. This has been the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth in a positive, righteous, and God-fearing way.